and they regret doing this because these memories are haunting somebody. Because it's time for you. They knew it was time for you to have a treat, but they didn't care. So this is like a backlash of knowing that somebody was getting off scot-free. They still tried to come in and stop you, right?
I just lined it up.
To weigh you down,
so
to slow you down, whatever the case may be.
But if some psychic was looking, they would know that I tilted it back. You know what I mean? And then as they knew I tilted it back, they could say something else. That's when it comes to psychics, you know what I mean?
They thought that if they can hop on something very quickly, that they can put their foot in the door and
that's what they'll do.
Clean off, and then some other shit happened that they was not expecting because they couldn't project the energy, so it ricocheted back to them. So a lot of shit could have started happening in this person's life.
They come in.
Right?
It's a wish.
Maybe because they were used to doing this. Somebody could be between the ages of 34 and 37.
Come in from the outside.
Maybe they were used to doing this.
You can believe what you want to believe, but I just noticed it was
that's how they kept something going for a while.
So
when it came to
it'd be good to get a wish.
When it came to whatever.
True.
But they didn't know that with the cycle ending, that means that everybody that was under some sort of illusion of some sort about you,
there you go,
woke up. And they started seeing things clearly. So when
sirens, yeah. So are they starting to see they were under a spell while no one was listening, judges and shit? Wouldn't that be a hell of a story? And anyway,
person started doing it. People started seeing them as a hater.
I don't need to do spells.
Trying to knock somebody down the sides. Jealous, manipulative, thinking that they're better than somebody.
That's shocking.
Like everything just started spilling out. That's what I'm seeing. And they like one of those like that oh shit energy. Because that led to somebody's divorce, that led to people walking away from them, that led to people like maybe kicking them out of the group, people started turning their back on them, or if this didn't happen, it is about you. Now this person gonna be all in their head because people gonna know why this person did something. They gonna know why. So they was trying to say, if you're intuitive and you knew something was going on, you stalked me. No, they didn't. This person is very intuitive.
Exactly. I even told the police that.
They know exactly what was going on.
A few years back, didn't I?
And this could be somebody that's religious.
About when I talked about these people that I'm intuitive, and they can be intuitive too, or they can see what they say, like psychics and stuff. But they can manipulate, like everyone does with things.
And you forget where you put your keys, and then your intuition be like, oh, that's where it is.
The sign of manipulation is a sign of tricks that shouldn't happen, things that shouldn't happen. And they usually line up with manipulation, right?
And somebody else has it as a career, or
and they'll come in with excuses, like it was a joke.
Something like that. Like somebody don't want to believe they go that deep.
He's gay, but he's not gay. They say
your intuition.
Bad manipulated tricksters.
Yeah, I don't know. So I-95 is probably going to be backed up around this time. You know, you don't know. Then you cut on your radio, come to find out I-95 had a pileup. You're like, oh my God, thank God that I didn't go down I-95 because, damn, I would have been stuck in traffic for like 4 or 5 hours if I would have went that way. But luckily, you listen to your intuition.
Oh, so these people have got a whole bunch of luck. That's one thing I don't have, Emma? I've only got my brain. In fact, I always have bad luck when it comes to anything. Don't I, Emma?
Yeah.
Nah, I've got to fight for everything.
Right.
That's what I'll say on that one.
Because that's what intuition is. It's a feeling.
You know how they talk about people being cursed? That's pretty much me. You know, Emma, I say it all the time. If you tell me to get somewhere and nearly get there, something happens and it's not my fault. Isn't that right, Emma?
Yeah.
Always incidences. You know, like some country comes in, bombs you and shit. Same thing.
Damn, like, all right, well, maybe I should, you know, that inner voice, that inner hearing. Somebody is just trying to discredit that they tried to, okay? Because they didn't want other people to believe. But this person, people are more sensitive than others, so somebody can be extremely intuitive, and they just
can send inner voices, to try to manipulate people. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, they got powerful enough of a psyche. And that's when it comes dangerous and you get, they want to get up like they want to get Superman because you got to make sure you're righteous. Otherwise, you can be very, very dangerous with manipulations. and controlling people, your thoughts, getting them to act out. And it could say that I'm doing a test, I'm trying to help them, and yeah, well, that's what you think. You know what I mean? Too. I can do a script movie about it, these similar incidents. Start off like that, and then the whole story can just play out, keep them going with the ride.
Answer downloads, okay? Throughout the day about various things.
And what do you do with your downloads?
And then
Nikola Tesla used his, and you know what happened to his? And he was his righteous download. They talk about it now, today, because he can't defend himself, you see. Right? That's what she's talking about. Right? And besides other people who else tap in, like machines and other things, we're actually at an age where we can have a lot of things that can look like it's one thing, but can be a lot of things now. Right? Robots can tap in like psychics now. The technology's there. Right? It's already there. We're using it. That technology's there. Just got to tweak it, or they're not telling you about it.
Or to steal, so trying to steal from you. This is wild too. So that stealing shit. So somebody was trying to steal spiritual thief ass energy. Like, how you gonna be a spiritual thief and discredit somebody at the same time? That don't make sense.
Doesn't make sense, but they do it. They're doing it to me, people. Ignoring me and then talking behind my back. What do you reckon? Who's doing that in all my videos I've talked about?
Maybe somebody they got into a
So I'm not worried.
Bust the windows out their car, maybe somebody vandalized the house when they left, like say
this is when you'll get this action towards someone like me.
And they spray painted all the walls.
And their enemies.
Sliced up the carpets and did all types of shit before they left. Okay?
And I haven't left a place that I didn't leave better so far. And I've got friends and proof of all that, if they don't pay people, of course. In fact, I have to leave because I make things too much better. People get jealous, kind of thing. Helping out too much.
Somebody could have really did something that was stupid. Out of anger. Being a narcissist. Yeah.
Yep, make sure if you ever have anger, that they've done something to you first, that your retaliation anger. That's the only righteous anger you can have. And you've done all the right steps first. And that's human. In fact, countries do that same steps. What do you think? Israel's bombing Gaza after certain talks, certain steps. Huh?
This situation was very
you don't have them and you just attack us. Oh, good luck with that.
Be a plumber, okay? Common problem.
I had a big tall plumber come here lately. Tall girl.
And pipes. Somebody could have tried to clog somebody's pipes of a home, apartment, or residence. Somebody could have clogged pipes.
Yeah, well, that's no good.
They could have been.
When it comes to my pipes, it was complaints over many, many years as it got worse and worse as the pipe decayed, and the whole pipe pretty much decaying, and the leak getting bigger. And I've got videos and house inspection list of the same complaint. I've got a copy. They recently stopped doing that a year or two ago, or 3 years ago. And now you've got to get on the internet and all these things to get house inspections. But I've got about 10 sheets of every 6 months to a year before then of these complaints. And shots of mould and all sorts of cleanups I've already previously did. And then I just get to a point where you get fed up, you know what I mean? And they do the minimal when it comes to fixing these areas. Yet I watch and hear the whole department doing quite fine, you know what I mean? Putting on solar panels and stuff, and I hear that they've got no money. That's what I get from 65 Posters Victoria. They've got no money. You see how I'm cursed, everybody? I'm like, oh, huh? But that's why I keep all your paperwork and stuff like that. And that's why people might come screaming in like she was talking about before, wouldn't they? Try to hide evidence.
Pipes. They could have vandalized a property and clogged their pipes or something like that. That's crazy. Wow.
But who would you hire? This is 9 months old. To try to get out of something that's over 10 years old, at least.
Or something like that, because maybe they had to pay for some sort of septic problems.
As they talk about stories of paying a reader to try to get out of something, you know that sort?
So mortgage rates went up. Maybe they had to up the rent. They had to increase rent or increase the property.
This place has always just increased its rent.
Tax.
Like everyone has. Pretty suck, eh?
With the plumbing.
Increase every time, just about increase. Yeah, they do things like that. Real estates do that. Can't focus on one on that one.
Yeah, and somebody
Some are worse than others.
Tight budget. Whoever this is that had to fix a problem in a property or a home,
Yeah,
they was
they've done
already
many
on a tight
fixes.
budget, okay?
On a
Limited
tight
amount
budget.
of
Centrelink.
funds or whatever.
Welfare
Trying to
benefits.
explore their options, all right? HVAC, damn, somebody had some issues. HVAC as well. So not only did somebody have plumbing problems, they also had that caused them some sort of money lack. They also had an HVAC problem. Okay, when it comes to the heating and cooling, all right, damn. And somebody is in a lot of grief here, because they really tried to renovate something, but somebody had some medical expenses. Maybe somebody got sick.
I try to fix something. That's what I've actually done now with the bar. I can only do so much. And cleaning that made me very sick. I had to do so much to cover it.
The heating and cooling system of a property.
Which is, I'll give you a quick look now. I don't know these people. But a dozen stories line up. I've also got all the videos of me doing the work. I had to, otherwise they wanted me to live in it for many more years.
So, this is a lot.
Now I can
Somebody
heal a bit. It's not as bad.
Maybe they had some plumbing problems. All right.
That's why I've got these air vents as well to help circulate the air.
To a home or a property, something like that.
Exhausting.
That tightened their money.
I can feel breathing better already.
Car accident. All right.
And I know I do have birds, but you don't need more problems.
In the car accident,
And the worst problem to have when it comes to breathing is just mold, and I had that before birds. So making a little bit of birds actually helped me clean up a little bit more, so I can handle this mold a bit more, I guess.
Okay, because somebody could have been an identity thief. Somebody could be trying to
triggered it
steal
up a little bit
somebody's
worse
identity.
for me with the birds. You know what I mean?
Okay,
That's why I
watch out
fixed
for
both issues.
unauthorized uses of personal information. All right, committing fraud, making unauthorized purchases, or other crimes, identity theft. Somebody could have stole somebody's identity. Person identity
that could
stole could
go
have
with all the things I've been talking about.
Or somebody
Being invisible.
You
start talking about that you're invisible.
So
Could that be identity identification, you reckon,
they
people?
pulled them over. Well, pulled them over. Cops came to use somebody else's name under something.
Ah,
Wow.
yeah.
And
Cops can easily do that.
Taxes in full. All right, pay taxes in full.
I sorted out my taxes a few years ago with a Centrelink lady.
So somebody trying to avoid the
After I
collector because
worked,
they use somebody's name.
as I had a lot of problems with the finance area.
Somebody was using your name.
As
Somebody
I
could be
just
a
ignored
taxpayer
not paying taxes and certain things, and I've dealt all with that.
to fix
years
something
ago.
here, renewal and a bundle of joy.
Started off fresh and good ever since and got better with
Electronic
being
issues.
righteous.
Somebody could have electronic issues. So somebody
These people continue to do what they do.
Stealing,
You know what that means in the Bible.
Stole somebody's identity.
Yeah, they haven't changed.
When it came to taxes, so somebody could have stole some taxes or did taxes in somebody's name. Whatever the case may be, they did this so that they can fix their car. Or that something can happen for them so that they can fix all of this shit they got going on. They had heating and cooling problems, plumbing problems, something going on.
Well, I
with
got
the
myself a
Somebody
car
really went through a lot
after
of
I got
problems
a credit
because
watch.
somebody toxic ways.
Cost me $1,100 to get
All
that
right,
credit
and even
wash.
under a tight budget because
Allows you
they
to
had
start again.
babies,
Your credit doesn't
they
get
had
washed, it
babies
just
added
allows
to
you to wash it off your credit.
somebody
You'll
could have been
restart.
pregnant or something like that.
Get a bit like after a bankruptcy. And that allowed me to get a car and that, but then the companies behind the scenes quickly, within 2 weeks, put credit, redone their credit that was earning on. It's sort of illegal, but I don't have another $1,100 to try to buy things. It sucks in that people with money have more. And got my credit shit again. So within 2 weeks, I got a car. It was all good. I haven't paid. Everything was getting paid. I was doing good. But then the other companies, they either pretend to ring you up. And some rang me up and I said the same thing, I'll pay you when you can, but they try to make you get on these payment plans, which is illegal. Definitely you're not through them anymore. And they said, look, I can pay you $20 or $5, I can pay you something. They're not happy with that, so I end up going, if you can't take something, you can't play blood out of a stone, pretty much, I'd say to them, right? And see you later. And then after I did that, knowing my rights and got told my rights, to fight it again, I need lawyers' money. which is what got the credit watch. It's a lawyer. It goes in and checks, investigates it. If they don't do their job properly, they can get it wiped, right? If they did their job properly and you were totally wrong, you can't get it done. But in all my cases, they was wrong. So it got re-cleaned. And then they come in again. That's my history. I'll talk about it one day in the future. You know, Emma, when it comes to the credit watch. And the time I went to go get a loan, I went to go get a loan next to the car. I was working at the time, making the best money that I was making, so it was a good time to do it. And a good time to start my projects, similar to what I'm doing now. I need to start something. So I wanted to go get a small $10,000 loan after getting a $20,000 car, but I saved money. I could have got a $40,000, but I didn't. Right? It become $40,000, but I mean, I could have bought a $40,000, got a $60,000, but I didn't. I got the other car, and then I was going to get a loan. Right? And I went in there to get a loan to get extra things and stuff like that and help me out with excuse. And then it said I had bad credit, and that's when I found out that these credit people just put it back onto the other credit, which is what the credit watch people mentioned to do. And you can come back and fight it because it's wrong again. But then it cost me money, you see. I'm glad that they can do whatever they do because they probably already got lawyers paid for, you know what I mean? And that's the game they play. Pretty fucking sad, isn't it? I've still got the paperwork of credit watch here. Right? I keep all my stuff. But that's what went down with the number on it and all that. I don't know if the company's still running. They had an ad here for a little while, didn't they, Emma? Credit watch. Right? That's how I got through them. But that's what happened to me. So 2 weeks. And all I got out of it was the car. Managed to get the car on finance, which I got within an hour, which would surprise me. When I went for that after they said you can go for a loan now, I went, oh, cool. And I think it was later that day they rang me. I went and checked out cars, and I think it was the next day or that day, I can't quite remember, it was a while back. I applied for a car, and I got it within an hour. They rang me back up and said, you got the loan, we got to clean and wash the car up and all that kind of stuff, and we can do a couple of extra other things. And I said, yeah, no worries, I'm at work. When I finish work, I'll just come and pick it up. You don't have to do all the other extra polishing and all that kind of stuff. Just to make it look good. If it was already good enough and I drove it, I'm happy to come and pick it up. And that's what I did. And then I went and got the car and paid it off. Quite good for many years while I was working. And then when I lost my job, I struggled for a little bit. I got behind, but at least I rang them up all the time, sorted out things, and managed to pay it off at the end by paying $2,000. And I had some friends that had some work for me and got extra work for me because I got that offer and quickly ran around for 2 weeks and got sick afterwards too, but I managed to get it done and worked extra hard to get the $2,000 up and saved my money. And I rent once, I think it was one of the rent, and quickly ring up rent and told them I couldn't pay. I had bills to pay and stuff, and that was it. I had to do it once, otherwise I was short. And all my settling money and all my money, everything. And then I lived off others because I had no money, right? And went to the church and stuff like that. And I made it happen, didn't I, Emma? Yeah. And I paid it off to save myself about $2,000 too, right? And they were getting upset about me getting behind, and I was close, right? And they gave me that opportunity to do that, otherwise they're going to take my car.
Inheritance. Damn. A pet could have had terminal illness.
And they do that after you pay 30 odd grand.
Somebody was playing their part.
Shocking, isn't it?
But now
For a few grand.
The
last 5 I struggled with 7 roughly.
They lost their job. Somebody's going through a lot of losses since somebody moved.
$640 a month.
Like, you know,
I have to come
being
up.
who they are, like, yes, I'm
and I managed to do it, working extra, because you don't really have much settlement money.
What else?
When you work,
even though they had a kid with
you might have
somebody.
50 to 100, and then you can't buy anything. You know what I mean? And so most of that I managed to do mowing jobs and help our family and stuff like that.
What else is going on in there?
Just to get that money
There's a lot going on
stop, because I can't overwork
New
myself
relationship.
when I shouldn't work.
Plumbing and new relationship.
It
So
makes it
somebody
really
could be a plumber that I'm talking about for some of y'all.
Anyway.
That's in grief.
Just cough it out. It meant compromise. I just had to cough out a bit of a phlegm there. As I was getting a bit croaky. Like me babies right now. And that comes with CF, the phlegm. So I got to drink. Hot coffee is good with phlegm a lot. That's why I like to drink hot drinks. Or a fizzy drink, though. Acid like breaks it down a bit. But I've overdone my fizzy drinks and I'm getting older now. Can't drink them as
Or
much.
discriminating against someone.
But anyway,
Families.
good luck out there. Good luck contacting people that want to contact you and all that when it comes to these people. I like to put them up because they speak about some things that I speak about and been getting into for a while before I even met them.
Somebody could be getting audited or they got audited.
But have a good one. And good luck out there with your struggles. And hopefully you don't have bullies that come in and try to destroy your life and small things like that. As we have. Like bullies where I've noticed some couples get together. They're only together for 6 months or a year and stuff like that. Or they just hit a year. And they have these enemies that know about it. And they ring up Centrelink straight away and go, and try to get people in trouble and shit. And a lot of these couples, just over a year, split up. Like, they're only just getting started. You need more than a year, right? And so a lot of people wait till they get married or have a kid and get serious, you know what I mean? But every now and then, a lot of these people will be 2, maybe 3 years or so, or even more together at certain times, and still class themselves as single, right? Because technically they are, right? Until they get to these certain points. But because people get together and been under the house, same roof, 60 Minutes in Current Affairs talk about this constantly every now and then it comes up. People get on there because people classing people as couples when they're friends living together. Right? They're not a couple, they're friends. They'll try to class them as a couple, even though they might date off and on. And that's dating. Right? As far as I'm concerned, until you get married, you class as marriage. Then people actually say that they're going to be together forever. That's a forever thing. But a full couple is someone that's happy, their lives are happy, they're working, things are going good, and they've been living together and going on holidays. That's a couple. But if you see a lot of couples, which is most out there because we're mostly struggling, fight a lot because of financial reasons and not doing enough for each other, which is usually because of financial reasons. Isn't that right, Emma? Right? It's a whole different world. Right? And so they split up. They don't want to be together because they're trying to both get financial success. But they find they both struggle in life. So they both stay together and they're off and on. They go, I'm going to go look somewhere else and go here like my mum did and some other areas. Everyone's done it. Right? And that's relationships. So it's hard to tell if people are actually in a real relationship yet where they should be equal on everything and will be fair and will class themselves as a relationship. And that usually happens when you get married, because that's a piece of paper saying that. When we have children, we have this thing where we go, congratulations, now you have to look after it. Now you're a couple, we know these things. And it even makes people go, all right, and even still wanted to look around, but now I've got a kid, now they just go, well, we'll have to end it now, right? Because now you're a couple, right? Or should be. And you've got to have the couple relationship to look after something till the end, even if you're not together. So it classes that you were a couple now, and a couple. That's how I see it. When it doesn't have certain guarantee rules like that, and it's sort of left open, you have all these loopholes, all these problems, all these court cases for people using each other and going against each other, a little bit like the noise complaint here, how the laws allowed the people to, they can put up, this is what you're allowed to use tools, but then we'll let people have this little loophole, right? And you might not have these laws that will only enforce it if people allow it, kind of thing. That's shocking. But anyway, have a good one, everybody, and see you later. They didn't read the fine print before they agreed to this. Someone tried to hide. Then it goes just a beery. Available information. Right? I think this don't work too well sometimes on these stupid touchscreens. But anyway, so have a good one and see you later.